So in this video we'll see about lipids, that is the naturally occurring compounds that occur in our body, which are essential for generation of the ATP, that is from beta oxidation, and for the generation of lipid, that is from de novo synthesis, that we have seen in biochemistry. Through various pathways we have generated ATP molecules which are required for the body from the decomposition, or you can say lysis of the lipids, lipolysis and lipogenesis, through which de novo synthesis we have generated lipids, which also acts as the storage of the energy and as an insulating material, ways for many vitamins A, D, K, etc. So in this video we'll see what is lipids and its classification based on its composition, how it's composed of. So what are lipids? Lipids are basically the naturally occurring compounds insoluble in water and soluble in organic solvents. So what it is saying that these are naturally occurring compound, that is which occurs in our body naturally, that we have synthesized, our body synthesizes it, there is lipogenesis and also lysis for this lipolysis, and that are insoluble in water, means these are basically insoluble in water but are soluble in organic solvents, for example ester and ether and etc other organic solvents. So the next classification of lipids is like this: simple, compound and derived lipids. So basically simple lipids, what are simple lipids? Simple lipids in general we can classify it as, it is the lipid which is composed of the fatty acids, long chain fatty acids, along with the alcohol. And here are two alcohol used, that is one is glycerol. If you have seen the structure like this, glycerol, something it looks like that: CH2OH, CHOH and CH2OH. So it is called as glycerol, and this is RCOH, that is fatty acid. And here R is long chain of alkyl group. So basically classified as fatty acids. Various fatty acids, for example stearic acid, we have 18 carbon chain oleic acid, delta 9 cis, that is oleic acid, and various acid, that is arachidonic acid, timnodoic acid. Based on the classification, the number of groups attached and the number of double bond and triple bond. So what are simple lipids? Simple lipids are called simple lipids can be defined as the lipids which are composed of the alcohols, alcohols not classified here, alcohols and the long chain fatty acids, to give the glycerides, triesters of glycerides. So here we can see that these are classified as triglyceride, and BPACs. So what are triglycerides? Basically triglycerides have these restriction, as it is composed of only and only long chain fatty acids, and the alcohol which is used is glycerol. This is glycerol, and the fatty acids used long chain fatty acids. So here we get triglycerides. Triglycerides means tri means 3, glycerides means esters of glycerol and the fatty acids. So we got triglycerides. But in wax we uses long chain of fatty acids. It is esters obtained on the, or the esterification is done on the basis of the, when the reaction is between the alcohol and the long chain fatty acids. Here the alcohol can be any type of alcohol, we can see that, except glycerol. We will not use glycerol here. Otherwise other than glycerol we'll use any type of long chain alcohol, for example propyl alcohol, or we can say ethyl alcohol, or octyl decyl alcohol, like that. So here is limitation is that here in this glycerol is not used. Instead of glycerol other type of alcohols are used. It is esters of long chain of fatty acids and the glycerol alcohols other than the glycerol. So for example we have seen what are example the simple lipids, triglycerides. Example of simple lipids triglyceride is defined as here TAG, we also called as TAG, triacylglycerides. And BVAX, for example is its example is BVAX. Phospholipid, it is also very simple. Lipids which contains, compound lipids are those lipids which contains or which are composed of, we can say which are composed of the long chain of fatty acids, which are composed of the long chain of fatty acids, alcohol, that is which are composed of long chain of fatty acids, glycerol, that is this glycerol molecule, and other than the groups that are phosphorus, that is phospholipids means phosphorus group, glycolipids mean glucose we can say, or carbohydrate group is attached, any carbohydrate, or we can say nitrogen, sulfur, another group, along with fatty acids and glycerol. These groups are attached and leading to the formation of the ester. So example of phospholipids is lecithin and cephalins. We have seen this biology, class 12th, and glycolipids are cerebroside, which are used for the nervous system, and cerebrosides and gangliosides. So basically, compound lipids are those which contains both, that is the alkyl long chain fatty acids and the glycerol. But inclusion to this, in addition to this, it also contains the other molecules like phosphorus, that is element phosphorus, nitrogen, or we can say sulfur, etc. This type of in addition to the simple lipids. So what is derived lipids? Now the on the last on the last classification, derived lipids are those which are derived from the simple or compound lipids. So we have sterols. Sterols mean a type of ring. So sterols, we have type of ring. Sterins we call as a terpene is terpenes and monoterpenes and diterpenes. Monoterpenes basically is terpenoids, and this is steroids, not steroids. Steroids examples are sterols used in our body, example like that only. So functions of lipids we have seen in biochemistry. So lipids are used as a source of chief source of second source of energy production, from where our body get energy. And also we can say that it also acts as an insulating material for our body and for the other animals, which currently resides in the polar region, basically the polar bear and other etc. The animals uses these lipids as insulating material, and in the winter season. Basically the next point is, it is also in the using the, we can say, the composition of vitamins, that is fats, vitamins A, D, E, K, like that. Fat soluble vitamins, we have seen fat soluble can be taken without with fat, and water soluble can be taken with water, that is B and C, and A, D, E, K are fat soluble, like that. So it is a chief source of energy. We get what we can say, the next is uh, insulating material, and third is the vitamin source. The vitamin sources we can also get various types of hormones, etc., and many biological activities it performs. And we get ATP also, ATP from this, that is lipolysis, means lysis of the lipids, that is the pathway called as beta oxidation of lipids, where we get rigorously 8 cycles of fatty acids, palmitic acids, 16 carbon atom, that is even straight chain carbon atom having no double bonds. So we get 131 ATP ATP, adenosine triphosphate, from which body get energy. And in order to save the lipids, in order to protect, means not protect, save the lipids to for further, means ATP generation, we get the cycle called as Danos, which is lipogenesis, that is using basically biochemistry cycle. So till we have studied the definition of the lipids and the classification of the lipids.